In this video we're going to be taking a look at the technique of dry brushing. It's something that we have looked at before, but I want to look at it in a little bit more detail as to how you can get some great results that you can then build upon. Dry brushing is a very simple skill, but it's super effective for getting quick and easy results, particularly when you use the effect in layers, starting off dark and moving up lighter and lighter. And well, to show this off, let's get into what model we're going to be painting up right now. And so we're going to be painting up this Reaper Bones Avatar of Resilience Rhino. You can get these miniatures really cheap and they're also pretty damn detailed. He's got this stone club where the tree has naturally rooted itself onto the stone. He also has this sheathed sword on the back, which has some nice fur texture to work with. I'm really looking forward to getting this guy painted up. There's not really much to build with these miniatures just because they are a solid skull. But if you did wish, you can add some extra features, and well, I would imagine a lot of you would want to put it on a base. So to start off with, I stick him onto a base. Add some texture, and well, I thought I should just add a little belly shield onto the rhino just to add another feature of interest, and a few additions onto the base itself. And well, I think this guy's now ready for painting. I started off by paint priming the miniature in black, just because this is a great starting point and we can lighten up from here. So starting off, I use Mechanicus Standard Grey, which is a dark grey, and I get a smallish dry brush, working the paint into the bristles, and well, I just go to town all over the miniature, heavily applying this on until I'm happy with where it's at. There's a lot of eye work in terms of this, so after each pass it's always just worth stopping, having a look, then going back into it until you feel happy. I'm then going to go with a slightly lighter grey, doing the same thing. Then finally, using the lightest grey I own, I do an even lighter dry brush, barely catching the model, so that we can focus on the raised points. And so again, from eyeballing it, I'm happy. Next up, I use Tyrant's Skull, just to go over the fur texture. I use an even smaller dry brush for this, so that we don't catch any of the other lower details. Again, working the paint into the bristles, and ever so lightly going over the parts that I want to be in this colour. I then do the same with the browns for the tree bark, the spears and the crates as well. Now that I have my main base coats down using dry brushing, I can switch out to my normal brush and start painting in details. Dry brushing is a super simple technique that is a great starting point that we can then build up upon. It gets the ground foundation of texture immediately almost, allowing us not to waste time picking out highlights with the brush when we really don't need to. So using Steel Legion Drab, I paint the base of the miniature, and using XV88, I paint over some of the material that the rhino's wearing. Switching to Balthazar Gold, painting over that belly cover. I then go in with Screamer Pink to pick out some battle damage. Using real life source material of wounded rhinos. I know that's pretty grim, but I needed a point of reference to see how this would maybe look. And so I painted in a few wound marks just to add some points of interest to the model. I mean, he is a warrior after all, and he isn't really well armoured, so I suppose this just adds a bit of storytelling to the character. I then come in with white scar and lightly paint a glint in the rhino's eyes. I then come in with a Seraphim Sepia wash, just to add more texture to the fur parts and wrappings. Finally, I finished the base rim, and well, that's the miniature almost done. For some finishing touches to the base, I just wanted to add a little bit of bush, a little bit of overgrowth in there. And so using some lichen and using PVA glue, I picked some little bits apart. I stuck this to some of the features on the miniature's base. Doing this just adds extra life and makes it feel more lived in. Not like someone's just dumped some of these features on the ground. It makes it feel like they've been there for some time, untouched. And well, that's the miniature finished. Let's take a look at the grand reveal.